Welcome to this short video showing parents how to use Firefly and CHQ to indicate their transport options and pickup options after the ECAs have been approved. The first step is to log on to Firefly as normal and to proceed to the same section that we went to when we were choosing our initial ECAs. When we go to the Parents option, we see again the first choice in the drop-down list is choosing your ECA. Please click on this choice. You can now see that there's another page underneath that first page called Transport Options. Please click on this. Note that there is some extra information on this page about why it is important to indicate how you're going to arrange for your child to return home during the ECAs. We would kindly ask all parents to have made their choices by Friday the 4th of September at midday so that we can get the bus list together ready for the start of the ECAs. If you have not chosen any ECAs for your child, or indeed there are some days in the week when there are no ECAs, please indicate regardless what your transport choice is home. This allows us to put together the bus lists. There are 4 options for returning home. One is normal pickup at the end of the school day. The second is the normal school bus that your child would be getting home at the moment. The third option, and this applies to those doing ECAs, is a late bus. These late buses have their own stops, and when we look on CHQ in a second, you will see that each of the bus stops is indicated and you must choose the appropriate stop for your child. The final option is to be picked up from the school at 4 p.m. after your ECAs. There is some further information about the ECA late buses, including the charge for each trip. When you're happy and satisfied that you've read that information, click on this link to go through to CHQ. You will see the images or image of your child. And once again, as I mentioned with the ECAs, it's important to make these choices for each of your children, as each child may have a different ECA schedule. This is the page that you see when you first log in, and in a difference from when you were choosing your ECAs, you will note that clubs have now been approved. By reading this list, you can tell which transport options to select. For example, on Monday, with the Beading Club running from 3 to 4, it's probably appropriate to get a late bus home or pick up from school. If we want to make our transport options, having looked at which clubs have been approved for your child, then we click on My Profile, and we see that one of the options is My Transport. There's also a second page to indicate what activities have been approved, and it's probably useful to have this open just before you choose your transport options to remind yourself. If I then open up My Transport, I see there are options available for both this term and next term. We obviously only want to choose this term, so we click on Choose Transport for Term 1. This opens up a new page, and you can see that there is each day of the week with various drop-down boxes. These drop-down boxes indicate the choices that were mentioned on the Firefly page. On Monday, when my child has Beading Club, I will want her to get the late bus. In this case, it's bus 3 and it's the stop 5. When I do this, you will notice that it automatically fills all of the other days. This is because the program assumes that your child travels home by the same route every day. This, of course, may not be true. To change it, which is very easy, you select the next day, when my child has no ECAs, and I will indicate a normal bus home. On Wednesday, I would like her to get the late bus again, but on Thursday, I am going to pick her up from school at 4 o'clock after her ECA. On Friday, there are two options, pick up and normal bus, because on Friday there are no ECAs. So on Friday, I would like her to get a normal bus home. Once I'm happy with these transport choices in the afternoon, and I've double checked each one, I then save them. It indicates that it's saved OK. If I go back then to my profile, I can see that in my transport box, all my transport choices have been inputted. I can double check that against the clubs and societies that my child has successfully been approved for. So Monday, Wednesday and Thursday. If I wanted to change those transport options, I go into Choose Transport and I can select another option and save. Up until midday on Friday the 4th of September, it's entirely possible for you to change your transport methods home. After that, the system will be locked down to allow our staff to prepare the bus and pickup lists ready for the start of the ECAs. Thank you very much, and I hope this process with CHQ has been successful for you.